This is KGW News at Sunrise.
A major break in a high-profile murder investigation out of Indiana. Police arrested a suspect yesterday, more than 5 years after it happened. Coming up, reaction from the family and what comes next in the case. Plus,
all we need is about that much room. Give us space to get by.
That woman is talking about the lack of space on many city sidewalks as homeless camps and tents continue to block access around Portland. She's also one of 10 people suing the city for not doing anything to fix the problem. We'll hear more from her and the city's response in just a minute.
We are also chatting with comedian George Lopez. He has a new sitcom debuting on NBC, and he co-stars with his real-life daughter. Our conversation coming up this morning at 5:15.
good Tuesday morning to you. I hope you had a great Halloween, maybe got some trick-or-treaters in, or maybe you had some kids going out. But man, it was rainy.
It was. Did not cut our numbers at all, man.
Okay.
The street was packed with kids.
The power of candy.
The power of candy, yes. Here's a look at where we are right now. We're dealing mostly here on the west side of the state with light rain areas to begin your day. It is snowing over the Cascade Passes. Check those conditions before you get going. Here's our Pioneer Courthouse Square camera. We're at 47 degrees. To the bus stop we go. Raincoat day again. Light rain out the door, mid-40s. Some showers around at lunchtime, 50 degrees. This will break into more of a scattered shower pattern. And mid-afternoon, if we start to develop some sun breaks, we could see heavy showers pop up, maybe some hail and a rumble of thunder. It'll be about 50, 52 when the kids get out of school later today.
All right, we'll have more from Rod coming up here in about 8 minutes. But right now, our top story this hour. After a group of people with disabilities sued the city of Portland because sidewalks around town remain blocked by homeless camps and tents, the city is responding with some potential solutions.
Yeah, and as our Blair Best reports, it's taken 2 months to get to this point, but it's still not clear exactly what city leaders are willing to do.
In early September, 10 Portlanders with mobility disabilities sued the city over homeless tents blocking the sidewalks.
I want the city to fix Portland, get the homeless people off the sidewalks.
They argue the city is in violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Federal Rehabilitation Act.
Sometimes it takes 10 to make a difference.
This is Pauline Long, one of the Portlanders suing the city. She uses a motorized chair to get around.
They don't seem to give room. Like I said, several months ago, all we need is about that much room. Give us space to get by.
She often has to go in the road to avoid tents blocking the sidewalk.
And I don't like it. It's terrifying.
She and the others represented in this case are asking the federal court for 3 things, including mandating the city clear the tents and debris off the sidewalks. The city responded by requesting that the county, state, and metro also be included in the lawsuit. Meanwhile, the attorneys representing the Oregonians with disabilities found that the county's Joint Office of Homeless Services gave 6,550 tents and 27,000 tarps to the homeless last year. Now, many of those tents and tarps are blocking ADA access on the sidewalks.
Waste of money, because they're not solving anything. It's a round circle.
According to court documents obtained by KGW, last week the city attorney's office asked for an 85-day extension before filing an initial appearance in this case. They say they need this time because they're currently working on a resolution. Now, the city and the Oregonians represented in this case have agreed to mediation, meaning they won't be taking this to court. Settlement meetings have already been scheduled between now and January.
Why does it take a lawsuit to get them to do something? Shouldn't they have already done it?
Blair Best, KGW News.
More than 24 mayors across Oregon are laying out their plan to address the statewide homeless crisis. The group, which does include Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, wants to create a partnership between the state and every city in Oregon to pay for this. Devin Haskins joins us now from the newsroom. Devin, they're asking for almost $124 million, and now we have a better idea where that money will go.
Yeah, Brenda, the group has 2 budget proposals that they plan to share with Oregon lawmakers next year. The first will give money directly to each city in Oregon, and under that proposal, all 241 cities in Oregon would get what equals to $40 per resident, with a guaranteed $50,000 regardless of the city size. Cities then could decide what to do with that money, use it for their own homelessness response, or they can redirect the money to community partners. I mentioned 2 proposals. So the second one wants investments made for shelters and housing projects to be required. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, who just announced his own plan to address homelessness in the city of Portland, says the funding could help with this city's homeless plan for affordable housing and resources.
We can't do this alone. We need the state's help in order to be able to implement what we feel is the kind of programming at the level that we need it, at the scale that we need it. And it could absolutely help us fund key elements of those proposals, including food for people who are on the streets, outreach workers, infrastructure, basically resources that we need to get the program up and running.
The mayor sent a letter to the legislature and all 3 candidates for governor detailing their request. They say they will present the proposals officially to lawmakers during next year's legislative session. Christine.
Okay, thank you, Devin. In your headlines this morning, an overnight fire in northeast Portland destroyed a home that was under construction and damaged 2 others next door. Portland Fire and Rescue got the call around 12:30 this morning to northeast 9th and Tillamook. No one was hurt. Investigators are planning to be back out there later this morning to determine the cause. Meantime, drivers in Oregon and Washington are now allowed to have studded tires on their cars. They can stay on through the end of March. Studded tires and chains can damage roads when they're not used properly. So transportation officials in both states are asking drivers only to use them when necessary. And another sign of the changing seasons. Leaf Day begins tomorrow. PBOT is scheduled to pick up piles of leaves starting tomorrow, then also Thursday and Friday. A few tips: rake your leaves the day before your scheduled pickup. Use regular yard bins for those branches, needles, or grass clippings. And also a reminder, in some districts, you can be fined if you don't move your car. For the full schedule and guidelines, you can head to the city's website. And those are some of your morning headlines.
All right, before we get to Mr. Rodney again, we want to talk about the Portland Thorns. Your champions, yet again, of the National Women's Soccer League. 3rd time in this decade. They are the best in the league, and tonight they will celebrate that championship with their fans at Providence Park. So a big rally is planned with gates opening up at 5:30. The rally itself will kick off at 6. Big key here, it is a free event, a free celebration for Thorns fans.
That's going to be packed out. Such talented athletes. And the good thing about soccer, rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. They play and celebrate in all kinds of weather.
Thank you. You just let me off the hook. I thought you were going to turn to me and go, so Rod, what's the weather going to be?
Come on, they're soccer fans. They get it.
Hey, by the way, yesterday, 1.01 inches of rain. Remember in October, we didn't have any measurable rainfall through the first 20 days.
Wow.
We ended up 3.18, and that's just a quarter of an inch shy of normal. So we made it up in a hurry.
Yeah.
And there's more to come. Look at us.
Nice.
Huh?
That's just beautiful.
Boy.
Bring it, Rodney.
Here we go. All right. We have rainy areas really across a good chunk of Oregon and Washington. We have cool weather pooling out here. Kind of a reminder, because we don't see this that much in the summer, but as we get into the winter season, if you will, when you see the speckled clouds rotating offshore, that's cold air. Those are cumulus clouds just ready to bring inland scattered, often heavy showers. And that's what we're going to be ending up with eventually today. Right now, snow over the Cascade Passes, mostly light rain inland, but this will transition into more of a scattered shower pattern. Here we are at 9 o'clock this morning. There could still be more light rain in the area than what this shows, but eventually this afternoon, assuming that, and it's not a guarantee, but assuming we open up some sun breaks, that would quickly fuel this, what Futurecast shows. Mid-afternoon, some scattered heavy showers. It could have hail, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then that will be our forecast pattern moving through the day tomorrow. So kind of active weather. The snow is back. You can see the flakes flying up at Timberline Lodge. So far, just 2 inches of new snow being reported up there. Pass level, it is also snowing, 32 degrees, and that is snow starting to stick to the highway at government camp. So check those conditions the next couple of days. Snow levels today, 3,000 feet, maybe a little bit higher, but tomorrow closer to 2,000 feet. This is chilly air coming in. All right, here are the early morning numbers. 46 Kelso. We're all about the same here on the west side. 46 in Salem. Portland's 1 degree better. In Overton, Astoria, it's 44 degrees. 7-day forecast numbers. This is a cool, active 7-day for this November 1st, right? Heavy showers today and tomorrow. Looking to get down to the 30s for the first time out at the airport anyway, Thursday morning. A day that, unless we have drizzle with morning fog, would start off dry. We'll look for rain late day evening, and then we're off and running with wet weather through the weekend. There's a front that comes in Friday overnight, early Saturday morning. That could be another inch of rain. There's another cold low on Sunday and Monday. And look at next Monday, highs only in the 40s, maybe only in the 40s this Thursday. We haven't done that yet. We haven't stayed below 50, but that's coming up. All right, back to you.
Hello, November. Rob, thanks. Coming up next on Sunrise, George Lopez tells me about his new sitcom debuting here on NBC. It's called Lopez versus Lopez, and he stars opposite his real-life daughter. We're going to chat about that coming up next in just about 5 minutes.
And the KGW Great Toy Drive coming soon and coming fast. Now, though, is the time to sign up to become a Toy Drive collection site. A huge thank you to Five Sisters Flower Company over at Washington Square for already signing up to help out. And if you want, you can get on board too. You can just go to kgw.com/toy. That's how you can sign up your business and organization. Then we'll send you an official Toy Drive collection kit. We'll be right back.